really don't have a lot of outlets in here. Creative or electrical? That's good enough. Okay. Tastes good today. Tastes pretty good today. Hello, Diz. I hope you're well. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're happy. Hello, Liam. Liam is apologizing for missing yesterday. It's okay, Liam. I hardly remember yesterday. At least the stream portion of it. I went on a very long drive yesterday, Liam. I went on a very long drive. What's next on your list is as far as games go? Sekiro. Good luck with that. And I mean that in a genuine way, not like in like a weird, snarky way. Yeah, good luck with that. I thoroughly enjoyed the game Sekiro. Outer Wilds. I think you mentioned that earlier, Liam, or at least maybe you mentioned the soundtrack of it. Because later on I ended up like looking up Outer Wilds, and I was like, oh, I do remember seeing a lot of trailers for this. Actually, I remember seeing a lot of trailers for it, especially after it won awards. But I don't know anything about that game. I do want to play it. I do want to play it. It doesn't necessarily look like a game I would like though, but I'm trying to go off of just what everybody else seems to be thinking about it and give it a shot. I am. My tummy feels weird right now. I think I still have a little bit of that poison left in me, Cyber. I think I do. flavored. Good morning, by the way, Brian. And good morning, Ava. Oh, thanks, Lindsay. Wait. There it is. I think I have to like rehearse or I have to do the lyrics basically in my head to remember the chords. Anyways, those are the amnesia chords grow. There it is. That was a line in amnesia. Dar. Hello, Jelly. It's just I do. I actually get it. I get it, Dar. It lives in my head. There was a pretty long time in there was a pretty long time in high school when I used to be confused by and even like offended by that assumption, Dar. But I think in college, shortly after, like I think like my first semester of college, I think I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, I get it. I mean, the people that were saying that were gay people, Dar. But I'm not. I don't want to go. I don't want to go down that road right now. But yeah, the people that were saying that about me weren't straight. That was the big, I guess, issue. Brian says no. Is that what it means? Maybe. Hmm. Umbe, yes, is the answer to that question. I think everyone's clueless, Dar. I think everyone just doesn't really know unless somebody tells them. You know. And until the person says, "Hey, blank," uh, until the person says, "Hey, blank," I feel like a lot of people usually end up being wrong, myself included. I'm often wrong about things. Something that I kind of something that I kind of don't like is when you do tell somebody something, and they go, I knew it. I knew something was wrong here. Like, got a feeling. You were definitely putting off those vibes. You're giving me. I don't like that because vibes are vibes are nothing. Vibes are often wrong. But yeah, the answer to your question is yes. I didn't make it a full hour. I almost did, guys. I almost did. I missed out 6 minutes. I feel like yeah, I hate that, Dar. I feel like I'm getting really good at like muscle and mind. Like I can usually feel roughly when I've been playing for an hour, and I don't know exactly why I stopped playing. I feel like something happened or I saw a question or something. Oh, I think it was. I don't remember. I don't remember. It's gone now. Hi, LD. What advice did I give off Amanda? Today's Thursday. Today is the second to last of the episodes from season 2. This is exciting. Brian says, I thought I was straight, but then I saw the actor Austin Crute, and I just don't think that's 100% true anymore. Who's Austin Crute? Somebody I might have seen in something? It was probably relearning the amnesia chords. Yeah, that actually is what it was. That's what derailed me. I think it was because I was learning the amnesia chords and I started thinking, oh, because Dar mentioned a lyric in the amnesia song. That's what got me sidetracked a little bit. Sexuality's weird, Brian. Sexuality's weird. I don't know. Just let people like stuff, I guess. No, it's fine, Dar. I was almost done anyway with the hour. The hour was pretty much over. Does Amnesia share chords with Chocolat? Absolutely. Umbe. I don't even have to test it to see if that's true because both of those songs use so many of the white keys that if I ever have any songs that use like that many of the white keys, some of the chords just have to be the same. So, to test this theory, I'm going to play Chocolat, or at least try to remember Chocolat. Do 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 What? No. Oh yeah. Okay, so you're asking if Amnesia and Chocolat share chords. The very first chord of Chocolat is, and that is the very first chord of Amnesia. So yeah, they share the very first chord, and the second chord of Chocolat is, sorry, the third chord. So that's the third chord of Chocolat, and the second chord of Amnesia is that. Yeah. So they do share chords. I would go as far to say that every single chord in Chocolat is also a chord in Amnesia, just because Chocolat doesn't have very many chords in it, and Amnesia has quite a few. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to the fourth chord. So there's 7 chords in it, and Chocolat has like 3 at least until the breakdown. Middle school was weird, says Dar. Feels nice to attach yourself to someone even if you're not romantically involved. Oh, wow. Wow, Dar's hitting some things. I don't think most kids who be dating in middle school know what romance is. It's just like, hey, we are attached. Yo, Dar, I mean, you're saying middle school, but to be a little bit comfortably transparent, that was me until college. I don't think that I ever really liked any of those people. I think that it was just nice to pair up with something or someone. Even if it was groups, it was nice not to be alone. But I don't even think I liked any of those people because when I try to think back to those people that I was like quote unquote dating for a really long time, like I can't think of anything cool about them or anything that we really had in common other than like some really surface level interests and other reasons that might get like a little weirder for me to like share on a platform like this, but there just wasn't any like there wasn't really anything like me me and my quote unquote girlfriends for pretty much from middle school through graduation. all I would really do is like make them food and we play video games. That was kind of it. And if they didn't like playing video games, well, the relationship didn't last very long. Lindsay says, yeah, that was me until like senior year in high school. Yeah. I remember looking around at like the people that were around me, looking around at the people around me in high school, and they were very romantic, and the romantic energy that was coming off of them made me feel really weird because I just didn't have it. I didn't have it at high school or middle school age. I considered myself like a really like a if there's such a thing as a romantic bloom or a romantic blossom, I don't think that I reached any type of romantic interest or complexity until well after high school. I wasn't like making out in the halls or anything. That's not what was happening. Liana says, I made friends in middle school by having a locker full of manga and lending them out. You were a library. You were the librarian, Liana. That's pretty cool, actually. I would never let you borrow anybody. I had this. Okay, I had a manga called. Oh my god, what was it called? Was it? It was like something high school. Was it like Battle High School or? Crap, what was it called? Anyways, it was. I feel like if you know manga and high school's in the name and there's fighting in it, you kind of know what you're getting. Anyways, I let one of my friends borrow it, and man, that's the last time I ever let a homie ever borrow manga. At least any manga that was like that. Like, yo, you can keep it at that point. Never give it back to me. I never want to touch it again. I think people are too conservative with the word date. Says Dar. It wasn't real about high school. I'll look it up. I'll look it up at some point. I'll post it in the Discord. Or I'll just remember it at some point during the next hour of this stream. And then people are too conservative with the word date. Dar. This one girl lost a whole volume 5 series, and it was one of my favorites. I'm sorry. That's maybe significantly worse than mine. I think okay, so I won't say any of the names of any of the people in this anecdote or just this example I'm about to use, but I remember being like a kid, and when somebody said they were dating, and this is all pretty much just language. This isn't even more of a personal experience. This is just how the English language works and evolves. But I remember somebody saying, "Oh, me and them were dating," and I was like, "Oh, you're going on dates?" Because like to me, like movies, when it's like, "Oh, I have a date Friday night," I was like, "Oh, they're like going to like I don't know, an ice cream parlor and getting like movie tickets. I don't know, going bowling and stuff." And so when somebody was like, "Oh, we're dating," I thought they were just going on dates. And then, I remember hearing people. It might have been like in junior high. No, it was after junior high. No, it was in junior high. Somebody was like, "Oh, she's seeing so and so." Like people were saying "seeing," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm seeing people too." I was just dumb. I don't know. I think everybody has to learn sometime. I just learned after everybody else, I guess. And I was like, "Seeing." That seeing, and they were like, "Oh, seeing someone's dating someone." And I was like, "Okay, seeing someone's dating someone," but then they were like, "Dating somebody doesn't necessarily imply you're going on dates. Dating somebody." They gave me an explanation of dating, and then people were like, "Oh, we're dating. That's my boyfriend." And I was like, "Wait, so is dating boyfriend girlfriend, and that's also seeing?" And then I kid you not, guys, I got all the way to 2000. I want to say 16. Because I was talking to a girl who used to hang out in like my general vicinity a lot. And she said, "We're talking." Not talking about me. She was talking about her and this other guy. She was like, "Oh, we're talking. We've been talking for like a few weeks." And I was just like, "That's cool." And I had no idea that talking to some people meant like more than talking. I didn't know what that meant. Dar says the phrase "talking" should be abolished. Yeah, she said talking. And I was like, I just didn't know that she was involved? Question mark. I don't know. I don't even know what the right terminology to use is. But she was like, "Oh, we've been talking for a while," and I was like, "Okay." But the weird thing, whatever. I don't care. This is a problem. Stop, Liana. What is it? I had to memorize the notes for that. I think talking really confused me at a certain point. Dar says, "Oh, good morning, Max." By the way, Dar says it's a dumb phrase. Are you busy? Are you getting busy? Can you please specify? Yeah, I just don't understand. I talk to people every day, and I'm officially courting all of them, says Brian. A whole generation of commitment issues, says Dar. Um, I think Dar's right, but I think I'm too young to be a part of the generation that was saying going steady. But I know that that was a thing, and I love that term. That phrase. I wish that that phrase would come back. That phrase is so funny and like archaic and fossilized. I like going steady. That's sick. I looked at a lot of Laverne and Shirley and Happy Days when I was a kid, and I remember hearing them say that a lot, and I was like, that's a good one. Um, but anyways, point that I want to make is that I don't know. I don't know that there were ever clear terms because I feel like every term means different things to everybody, and I also think that there will probably soon be another thing. If there isn't already, I don't know. I'm not on TikTok. Maybe that's where it's gonna come from. But like, I'm sure there's something even less committal sounding than talking, like like dating to seeing to talking. I don't know how less formal and non-committal it can get. Can you just say I know them? I've heard of them. I've heard tale. Have any of you guys heard the term like I knew her? I knew her in the biblical sense. Like when the Bible says and he knew her, it meant they smashed. I thought that that was so wild when I was a kid. I was I remember being in church and they say it a lot in the Bible. And it's like, oh, and he knew her. And I was like, word up. Same, bro. I know mad ladies. And nah, that was like, that's what it means, says Lindsay? Yeah, that's what it means. It means they like went to Cowtown. Isn't that wild? The Bible is pretty horny. Songs of Solomon. Songs of Solomon are pretty sick though. When the oh, sorry. Anyways, I was thinking back on church days. Elise says there's something fascinating about the many different ways to subtly speak of coitus. Mm. And yes, absolutely, Umbe. I think though, I don't think dating was still a thing when we were growing up. Truly, like we would eat lunch together and chat on AIM, if anything. Word. AIM screen name Goose M Gander, baby. Goose M Gander has entered the chat. Anyways, I do remember thinking like dating. I remember feeling this weird guilt. Oh my god! So I dated this girl named Rachel Lasky, and she might be dope now, but I don't freaking care. Anyways, I dated this girl named Rachel Lasky, and we were dating, or this was like my girlfriend or whatever. But we never went on dates because, well, it was like middle school, and I didn't have a car, and we didn't live close enough together for me to like walk to. Anyways, there's no way to go on dates when you're a child, but I know of anyway. No money, no time. And so I felt really guilty for never going on dates. And I remember I just I have very distinct memories of like not liking this person very much. I don't feel bad about it now because I mean you're a kid and like all kids are just like bags of air basically, just bags of air and disease and hunger. And so like I don't feel bad now as an adult looking back on like but the way I felt, but I don't think that I ever really liked that person. And I can remember it being Valentine's Day and my mom, I like have a very distinct memory of my mom driving us to school. Me and my little sister. And she drops off my little sister and I'm in the car and my mom was like, "Did you get Rachel anything for Valentine's Day?" And I was just like, "Nah." And I remember my mom like stopping at like this it was like a convenient it's like a 7-Eleven, but it was really big. It was she was like, "You should go get her something. You should go get her something. It's Valentine's Day. She's gonna be pissed if you don't get her something." And I was just like, there's like festivities in this school, you know, there's like cards being passed around. I'll like grab her something from the spirit store. My mom was like, "No, you should get her something now. You don't want to show up empty handed to school. You don't want her to see you buy her something." And I'm like, "Word, word, word." And so I like went in there and I can distinctly remember it was like one of those you know those like lollipops that have the clear it's like the clear wrapper over it with a zip tie and it's got like the little like the card like attached to it where you can just kind of like open it and with a pen really quick be like, "I love you, baby, like here's like 69 cents worth of my appreciation." Anyways, my mom like sent me in there with like a $5 bill or something like that and I like grabbed this. I didn't even like look around. I was just like, whatever, this is pink and has heart thing on it and I'll write something. Anyways, and I wrote I don't remember actually what I wrote. Probably like Happy Valentine's Day, whatever. Like, eat this, baby. And I remember like getting to school and handing it to her, and I like gave her this sucker, and she gave me this. It was like pretty big. It was like the size of Booba, and it was like Garfield, and he was wearing like a shirt, and he had like I don't know, like a Cupid and an arrow or something like that. She gave me this like whole stuffed animal thing, and I remember her looking at the sucker and being very visibly disappointed, and I remember me looking at the Garfield thing and being like, "Why would you give me this trash? I can't wait to throw this garbage away. This is not gonna last to the end of the year. There's no way this thing makes it into the next year." And I don't know where she is now. I don't know. Probably Arizona still. I don't care. Anyways, Valentine's Day. I don't think I liked any of those people. I don't think most people do. I think you just don't want to be alone. People are like, "Oh, you ain't dating anybody." Like, "Oh wow, what a loser, bro." And so you just date somebody, and then like stuff like that happens. I don't want to give that sucker. I would have enjoyed the sucker. I don't even know if she ate it. Yo, I threw that Garfield thing away so fast. She had never come over to my house. The entire time we were dating, she never came over to my house. So, she wouldn't know. I don't know. I don't remember how I got here. Oh, yeah, seeing, talking. Because I wouldn't consider us dating at all. I think we were just like homies, kind of. We had a lot of friends in common. And, I don't think anybody wanted to date her. I don't think anybody wanted to date her, so I was just kind of around. Most Valentine candy is trash, says Liana. I am inclined to agree with this, Liana. I used to be pretty partial to the heart-shaped Reese's Pieces. I'm sorry, the heart-shaped Reese's peanut butter cups, but I've since kind of moved away from that. That's sick. I love the way kind is spelled. I love the way Ben is spelled. That's sick. You know, if I'm being honest, Brian, because that's really sweet. You have been so kind to me. That's a very sweet card from a first girlfriend. I'm glad you remember it. I think if I look back on a lot of early stuff, one of my big shames, my my biggest shame is, and I think this will maybe be relatable. Do you ever like look back on earlier moments of your life and you have this like really weird clarity looking back, like you have this great retrospective where you're like, I think everybody cared but me. Like you're thinking about like maybe you were at a birthday party or something like that, or maybe you were sitting in church, maybe you were in a relationship, maybe you were sitting in class, and the memory that you have is of people really caring and people really being like involved and engaged, and they're like, come on, Omni, come on, let's go, we're gonna be late, and you just didn't care, and you almost feel guilty. You almost feel this like late guilt where you're just like, man, those people deserve so much better than what I was giving them. I feel like that. I feel like that all the time. And like you're talking about Valentine's, and I do think back to some of those like Valentine's days where like I was maybe dating somebody and they did like a whole thing. They were just like, oh, gonna cook this, and then we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna go do this, and I was just kind of like along for the ride, and I didn't really care. I didn't really care. I think I would have rather have like sat at home, ate a sandwich, and like talked or something. I didn't want to go do the thing. I didn't want to like wait in a line outside of a restaurant. I didn't want to like get a stuffed animal. I didn't want to like take special pictures in like a photo booth, or I didn't really want to do anything. And I feel so bad for all those other people that were around me constantly trying to like pull me along into something. Max says, I feel like I'm mostly on the other side of that thought. Interesting. What's that feel like, Max? What does that feel like for you to look back and like you were the one that was always super engaged and everybody else around you was kind of not into it? Oh, I thought maybe it was like flavored or something, Lindsay. Maybe the bracelet was flavored. Oh man, some repressed memory just came back up with all the Valentine's Day talk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ube. If it's even happening to me, like I hadn't thought about that, getting that sucker for Rachel in a very, very long time. Yeah. But I feel like that's constantly me. Honestly, guys, like as recently as like 2017, 2018, as recently as as recently as 27, 16, 17. 16, 17, I feel like I truly started being a little bit more engaged and stuff, but I feel like I'm always just kind of I always have a take it or leave it attitude. The people around me are just like super jazzed, or they're just like, I can't believe this is happening right now. Really, Disneyland? Omni, did you see? Did you see that rabbit did a backflip? I'm just like, yeah, I guess so. Let's chill, chill, rabbits. Oh, you should have looked at the bracelet anyway. Out of honor. Interesting, Brian. Hmm. I crap. I was gonna go somewhere. I was gonna go. I'm breaking away from Valentine's Day talk, guys. I do not want to talk about Valentine's Day. It's it's like in what, like I don't know, 3 4 weeks. I don't want to talk about it right now. We can do this later. We can do this next month. Yesterday I went to the beach. Yesterday, so who knows what Randy's Donuts is? Liana, you don't count. Who knows? Who's not Liana knows about Randy's Donuts? Yeah, but you're a Californian. You're a Californian, Liana. So you pretty much know about anything I talk about. There's very few locations and restaurants I can bring up that you're not familiar with. That's scary. That's scary, Lindsay. I don't know that. Oh, no, I can't say that. Never mind. There's something nice about that, though. I don't know if I have that energy anymore. part of me misses having energy like that, Lindsay. The follow around with the guitar type energy. I definitely had that for a second. It manifested so poorly. Alien in the chat and talk about MIM. I don't know what that is. Oh crap! Never mind. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, no, I'm going to talk about Randy's. It's going to talk about Randy's Donuts. I went to Randy's Donuts yesterday because I had a hankering for a rando, and I was also having a bad day, and I was like, oh, I think if I eat donut, my stress will go away. I think donuts cure depression or whatever. So I went all the way to Randy's, and I could have gone to a closer Randy's, but the very first Randy's is in Inglewood, guys. And Inglewood is a city that I like. I love it. Like, I love Inglewood so much. I love Inglewood. I could write a song about. I did write a song about Inglewood. Anyway, wow, I'm forgetting my own song. Anyways, well, at least I named the song after Inglewood. But anyways, I went to Inglewood yesterday, and so we've been in quarantine. You guys know what it's about. You guys have also been in quarantine. In this thing that's happening, I haven't been getting on the subway as often. For those of you that live in cities that have subways, you know that a subway, you learn the city a lot different when you have a subway or metro system versus taking an Uber around and driving. Because when you're taking an Uber around or you're driving, usually you're just getting from point A to point B. When you're taking a metro system of transportation, you're stopping so many places and taking like weird routes, so you're seeing parts of the city that maybe weren't your goal to see. So since I was always doing that, I got a very intimate like connection to LA. Like I could see Hollywood. I felt Hollywood changing. I felt Echo Park changing. I felt Silver Lake evolving. I can see the gentrification happening in South Park. I can see Highland Park. I'm just mentioning parks now, which is kind of funny, but like there's a lot of really cool neighborhoods, and I became very intimately connected to them because I was walking them and riding around them all the time. In quarantine, I haven't really been able to do that, and so this was my first time back in Inglewood. Honestly, like actually driving through the streets and looking about. It's my first time back in Inglewood since like 2019. Yeah, like I want to say like late 2019. No, like mid 2019. That's even scarier, right? Before I haven't been to Inglewood since I went to Korea, so yeah, like it's been a while, you know. And I went back to Inglewood now, and it's like a lot's changing there because we just got a football stadium out there, so they're building all these like fancy lofts. They're basically like warp speed gentrifying Inglewood right now, and so there's a lot changing there. But Randy's is the same, and I went to Randy's, huge line because it's Randy's, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go get a donut, and then I'm gonna go to the beach. I'm gonna go to Dockweiler Beach, which is kind of like the Dockweiler Beach. I jokingly call it Trash Beach because it's right next to the airport. So if you're on the beach, constantly there's planes flying overhead, which kind of sucks during the day, but at night it kind of creates this really cool mood where every few seconds the beach gets like partially illuminated by planes that are flying right overhead. It's really nice actually. But yesterday I get my donut. The line takes so long that I miss the sunset, and so I just kind of get to the beach when it's all dark and murky and stuff like that and weird. And I just kind of stood there and ate the donut and looked out at the ocean and had like a slow motion panic attack. You guys ever had one of those? It's very nice. It's definitely preferred to the fast action, high octane panic attacks. But I just kind of had a slow motion panic attack and thought to myself, wow, the world is horrible and it's trash. But yesterday was inauguration day, which is kind of cool. So I started it with inauguration and I ended on the beach eating the donut. And then I got into like a weird argument with one of my friends. And then I got Popeyes Rippin' Chicken. I don't know how familiar anybody in the stream is with Rippin' Chicken, but I've consumed it and I still don't really know what it is. I don't know like what part of the chicken it is, and I don't know how they get it to like look like that. I like Rippin'. Honestly, Umbe, I've had it before. I'm a fan. I think that it's a deal for how much you get right now. The $6 box. I miss Bojangles so much. Top tier fast fried chicken. So, Jelly. I've had a lot of chicken in my life, and I've also fried a lot of chicken. I'm a chicken frying man. But Bojangles and there's one more. There's two chains that are like East Coast and possibly even specifically Southeast. Hmm. Is my phone gonna die? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Maybe that was just a data warning. If my phone dies, I'm sorry. There's Bojangles and there's one more. Zaxby's. Um, these are two chicken places that I still have not had, and I've been in cities that have them. It's just that I usually forget until I'm on my way out. I would like to have. I would like to have both of those in the same week if I can. In the same week. I looked at some video of a man eating crystals and what's the other one called? White Castle, eating them and like reviewing them. He just like ate them in his car like a slob, and then reviewed them, and it really made me want White Castle. The closest White Castle to me is in Las Vegas, and every time I drive to Las Vegas, bad things happen. So I've been trying to weigh my pros and cons versus getting tiny nasty burger, and possibly risking a bad life event. The biscuits are amazing. Their Cajun fried chicken is the best, says Jelly. Talking about Zaxby's, I think? I don't know. We're talking about Zaxby's or Bojangles. I literally didn't know Bojangles was a chicken joint, says Liana. Word up. Unpopular opinion, I think White Castle is literally satanic. Oh. I would feel like that's a semi-popular opinion. It's not. It's not. Oh, you mean literally? I don't know if you're using literally correctly, but if you think it like actually is satanic, that's probably not a very popular opinion. In which case, I would like to know more on why you think it's satanic. Bojangles does the Cajun fried. Word up, Jelly. White Castle has fried clam strips. Opinion is invalid. I can't eat those, but I do think it's funny that that is a thing that exists. I mean, figuratively. Oh, okay, cool. Zaxby is good too, though. A bit more high end than Bojangles, but good. Interesting. Is it even a fair comparison then? Should I not be comparing those two? A lot of my New York friends, one who I can't mention in the stream because he's garbage, took me to White Castle, and I think he turned on me in that moment. I can remember how mad he was, and I just didn't care. I think that was the moment that he turned on me. It's White Castle. It's white because the castle is made of the bones of those sacrificed to the Dark Lord. Ooh, heck yeah, Max. I like this. Zaxby's is just a bit too much money for me. Oh, so Zaxby's is pricier. I kind of thought Zaxby's was on the same level as Popeyes and stuff like that. I've never been to either one of these. I don't even know what they look like. I've just seen the logos. White Castle has some good options in the menu, but I think most people only eat the burgers, and those aren't so great. The burgers are not great. The burgers are not great. I do enjoy them though. Lactose intolerant, allergic to shellfish or shrimp, and hate broccoli greens. Is that it? Whoa, are you talking about me, Liana? I like greens. I mean, I like spinach and stuff like that. I mean, I have greens at least once a day. Maybe you're not talking about me, but I am lactose intolerant and I am allergic to shellfish and shrimp. So 2 out of 3, heck yeah. I don't really like broccoli though. But if it comes in, if I get like Chinese food and there's broccoli mixed in with stuff, I'll eat the broccoli. But I'm never just like going like stock to belly on broccoli. It's got to be mixed in with cool stuff. I was gonna say something. There was something. Somebody said something that I had a response to. White Castle made my New York friend take me there. He was mad. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Dick's I also like, but Dick's is like a little bit harder to talk to people about because I feel like the only people I know that have eaten it are Seattleites. Seattleites? Seattle heads? I don't know. Seattle people. I love that place. Mm. There's just shellfish. Well, at least won't be two shellfish to share it then. I like that joke. I like that joke, Max. Yeah, you can have it. Dix is okay, says Jelly. I really, really love. I really, really love eating there. I love the atmosphere. I love the way the burgers taste. I love how much fries they give you. I love like. I don't drink, right? Right, guys? I don't drink, but so I never have experienced that like feeling of being really drunk and then eating really greasy, nasty food and it tasting really good and feeling good. Um, but I, hmm, but there is a very specific mood that I'm in where I like eating like things like White Castle, things like Dick's, things where it's like a burger or whatever, and they've made no attempt to even try to make it seem better than it is. They're like, hey, you get what you get. It's not gonna look pretty. Try not to look at it too close. Maybe eat it in a poorly lit room, but it's gonna make your hunger go away. And like, also the ingredients are very basic. Like, so you might not throw up. You probably won't have any stomach issues, but it's not great for you. I do love places like that on occasion. Red Robin made me stomach turn upside down. It says Crow. Sorry, I just imagine that as like a like in a commercial for Red Robin, where they cut to Crow and Crow excitedly says, "Also, Red Robin make me stomach turn upside down. Eat Red Robin if you want. You stomach turn upside down." Most people I know out here are food snobs, says Jelly, talking about Seattle, who like to look down on dicks. I've only been once, and it was pretty okay. I've never lived really close to one, though, so I don't have an informed opinion. Yeah, whenever I visit Seattle, all of my Seattle friends are like, "Oh, we're gonna take you to the best gastropub. Oh my God, they have this. They don't even use ketchup. They have this like reduced. It's like ketchup leather that they put on it. It's a solid." And I'm like, "Take me to Dick's right now." They're like, "Oh, we can't go there. We can't go there. Don't you want to have good food? You're only in town for a few days. You can have bad food anywhere." I'm like, "Not that bad food. Take me to Dick's. You guys can eat your stupid bougie burgers that are like $16. We were paying like $1 per ounce of meat. I want to get Dick's. That's what I want." And it was good. I got two cheeseburgers. I got two cheeseburgers and a bunch of fries. And I slept like a baby that night. Ah, it was so good. Anyways, Lana says basic diner. People act like it's fancy. Acting like it's fancy. Word up. Broccoli is the best green, says Rim. It's literally an edible tree. Seattleites are the worst, says Joey. I once fell in love with a Seattleite. I'll straight up eat paper if it's edible, says Umbe. I'm not picky at all. Word up. Word up. By the way, it's also okay. I miss their Bogo Tuesdays. I'm sorry. Is Bogo Tuesdays over? I'm sorry. Everything's okay. Um, okay, alright. It's not traditional and dine in only now. Word up. The atmosphere of Buffalo Wild Wings makes me feel really weird. I'm not exactly sure why. Can you play Gucci whenever you want to, says Ram? I absolutely can. Do you have any tracks in 3/4 Omni? I do. Umbe. Technically, the recorded and released version of Love Dream, stupid. Love Letters is in 3/4, right? That's 3/4 for you. 3/4, and it is out. It's on Signals. I have also Over and Under is in 3/4, but it's not really recorded and released anywhere. Buffalo Wild Wings is good food, but I hate sports. Yeah, that's fair. I have a very distinct memory of eating in a Buffalo Wild Wings in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and so this thing used to happen when I would go on tours where I was stupid. So I just start every story with this thing used to happen where I was an idiot. Because it's been trashed for years now, says Dreadboy. Yikes. That's fair. I understand people for not liking Buffalo Wild Wings 100%. As somebody who has eaten it several times. And probably will again. To me, that's 12/8, says Max. Interesting. Interesting. Wait. Sorry. Have you ever combined love letters and Over and Under just to throw people off? I have, Crow. Quite a bit of times, actually. But usually I'll go from, the reason that it's not as seamless is because when I go from Over and Under into love letters, I'll usually play love letters in 5/4. And so it doesn't feel like this seamless transition between, like, two songs that are in the same time signature. As you will. How many of y'all can tell what time signature something's in? Says Lindsay. Unfortunately for me, I was just like, yo, if it's in 4/4, I know what 4/4 sounds like. And then when 3/4 became a thing to me because of waltz, I was like, oh, I know what 3/4 sounds like now. Cool. And then 5/4, I know what 5/4 sounds like because of math rock. And that's why Love Letters is now currently when I play it in 5/4. But like people that do like really weird time signature reads, like I'm not that good, obviously. Somebody says I already tether part of my vibes to my music production. If I tie more to it to something more volatile like sports, I'll fall apart. Word up. Joey says, I miss the Southeast, I think just because I haven't visited since quarantine began, but I really want to go back. Can you play LL and Over and Under in 3/4 right now? Just back to back? I can play them back to back. I don't know if I'll be able to seamlessly transition them, but I can play them. Yep. If you would like. Because it lets you express more creativity in the other elements. That might be the most profound thing you've said in this stream, Rem. And that's partially true, yeah. Like, if you only are doing, like, 4 chords, you know, or a really simple melody in a song, you can, like, experiment a lot more with other aspects of the song, like rhythm, timbre, song selection. But it's not even so much, Rem, about being able to experiment with those other elements of the song, but it's about those other elements of the song being perceived, you know, because if people are so thrown off by the chords you're using, they don't seem to have as much attention to you know, devote to song structure. If that makes sense. Whoa. Sorry. John Mayer talked about that when it came to music for the self and music for the audience. He said if it were up to him, he'd like to make 14 chord monsters, but he still has to start every show with me and all my friends. You know, Brian, I've talked about John Mayer on the stream before. You were not here though. A quick anecdote: I used to hate John Mayer. I hated John Mayer for all the wrong reasons, baby. He had that song, the like, I wanna go to my home, to my high school, I wanna scream at the top of my lungs. He had that song, and I remember the music video. I distinctly remember him playing acoustic guitar, and at a certain point in the music video, he starts like flying or something. And I was like, oh, screw this dude. This fool's trash. And I remember being on tour. And the driver being like, hey man, you like John Mayer? And I'm just like, nah, dude. Kid's whack. And he was like, yo, I felt the same way you felt. And I actually listened to his album, and it's really good. He was like, just let me play his album for you. He was like, I have to drive for another 9 hours anyway. We were driving to, I think it was San Antonio. No, wait. It doesn't matter. Someplace in Texas. He was like, we have another 9 hours. I'm going to play this I'm going to play this album. It'll be over in like 45 minutes or so, and then we can listen to anything else you want if you hate it. But at the end of it, you have to be honest with me and tell me, like, it didn't change your mind. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Put it on. And he puts it on. And of course, at the beginning, I'm like clowning him. I'm just like, yo, this whack, this whack. Wow, my ears are bleeding, my ears are bleeding. And then I was like, crap. I didn't know homie was good at guitar. I thought that he was just like, you know, every other kid that I knew that got an acoustic guitar and they learned guitar tabs for like a Blink-182 song, and then they called themselves a guitarist. Like, I didn't know that he was actually really good at guitar, but was actively restraining himself so that he wouldn't alienate the audience. And like, hearing him play and like really go to town, like solos and stuff like that, I was like, oh, he's very good. And this was like 2000. I don't remember what year this was, but the album was Continuum. My homie had put on Continuum, and I was like, God dang, like, this is good. And yeah, I don't know. I was a fan after that. But yeah, what you say about that quote from John Mayer makes perfect sense, because it's like, yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I have gone on a limb, and I've wilded out music-wise, and the music that I wild out on, by no surprise to me or anyone, it's my least popular music. And then when I like kind of phoned in a chord progression, or you know, made some really like 3 chords to be in a remix, that's what people liked. And so it's like, I understand how restraint works. It's a weird balancing act, and sometimes it's hard to be okay, be like okay with it. Sometimes it's hard to be okay with seeing your lower efforts, or whatever you want to call them, thrive while your bigger ones kind of starve. But I think it is a lesson to learn in restraint, you know, not giving people too much and confusing or giving them like work to do. Nobody wants to do work. People just want to have fun generally, you know. Anyways, homie rips. He just understands the science of writing radio bop. Yeah, and I think that's true for everybody. Like, not everybody, but I'm just saying a lot of the people that write music that I'm not going to project on you guys, that I personally think is like derivative, uninspired, forgettable fluff. Those people are really great musicians that can definitely write a more complicated song if they wanted to, but they know what they're trying to do. They know what the audience wants at that time. I think it's probably ego that gets in the way, at least for me personally. I think it's ego that gets in the way. I always want people to think that I'm good at what I do. I don't want anybody to think that I'm not good at what I do. And this almost doesn't extend to anything else in life. It's just music. Like, I'll go to the store in this. I don't know, you guys can't really see what I'm wearing, but I'm just wearing trash clothes. I'm wearing what I slept in, basically. I'll go to the store wearing this. I'll go to the beach wearing this. I will I will sleep in clothes and then wake up and then go be in front of the world in them. I'll wait in line for a hot dog in the clothes I slept in. I really do not care. I don't care what these people think. Somebody looks at me and they're like, "Whoa, homie looks like a bum. He probably doesn't have like nice clothes. What an idiot!" Like, I really don't care. However, when it comes to music and I'm playing piano or I make a song and I put out a song, if somebody listens to that song and goes like, "This dude does not know how to mix correctly because this is poorly mixed," I like that did bother me really bad for a while, you know. But not anymore. Not anymore. It used to be a lot harder. But I think that is a thing. I think you have to get out of the way of your ego, you know. You always want people to get it. I feel like we talked about this like just last week or something like that in the stream. It might have been earlier this week. Um, but yeah, you learning restraint. I can make a much more complicated track than Groom's Cake, you know. I can make a much more complicated track than that. But practicing restraint and just resting on those chords and allowing those chords to do their thing and putting some lyrics over them that isn't like overthought, you know, overdone, overlayered, overproduced. Sometimes you have to experiment with that. Um, I think that for those people that don't know how to do to practice constraint, a really good way to get better at sorry, not constraint. Holy crap! A really good way to get better at restraint is to give yourself limiters as a game, kind of like say to yourself, "I'm going to make an entire track only on this keyboard," or "I'm going to make an entire track only in the next 24 hours," or "I'm going to make a cool musical idea without using four-note chords. You know, I'm just going to use three-note chords for this song and see what I can get." You know, there's those can be like fun exercises. I used to do beat challenges with my friends. We had like a group chat, and we would just say like, "Oh, here's this YouTube video of like a girl falling down the stairs. Like, take the sound from this and like make some type of music out of it." And so it would be fun. Like, it was this cool limiter where it was just like, "How am I supposed to do this?" Sometimes it would be like, make a track with no snares, make a track with no kick, make a track only using reverb. That's the only effect you get to use. Like, those things can like help you grow as an artist by giving yourself like weird restraints and limitations. And that is not entirely different from what, you know, somebody like John Mayer is doing. It's like, oh, make a good song but only four chords, or make a good song but make it less than 4 minutes. You know, make a good song, but you know, you get what I'm saying. And sometimes when I'm in the production stream on Fridays and I'm like, God, it's like getting to be like 4.5 minutes, and people are like, "That's not too long. That's not too long. Like, it's fine." I think what a lot of people don't understand is like that one of the limitations I set on myself is time limit in songs, depending on what I'm working on. But for these other like disco tracks, like I do kind of want them to be shorter. I want to try to make a complete, memorable piece of work that isn't 4+ minutes long. Anyways, like that 150 song. It's a challenge now. Yeah, it's a challenge, Ram. And thank you for that challenge. It's a very fun song right now. But yeah, that song, like make a song at 150, didn't really sound like something that not only was going to be easy or fun, but even enjoyable, and then it ended up being okay. You know, limitations. Jelly starts to go get ready for work. Thank you so much for being in the stream, though, as long as you were, and as consistent as you have been this week. I do appreciate it, Jelly, and I hope you have a good day at work. What if for season 3 we vote on limitations for the production stream songs? Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. 4 minutes is too long. My goodness, says Max. Yeah, there could be like some pretty cool stuff for season 3. Make that a song, says Crow. Maybe. His lead guitarist, Isaiah Sharpley, one of my favorite guitarists, says Brian talking about John Mayer, was also the guitarist for D'Angelo. Wow. I was just talking about D'Angelo on the stream, like 2 weeks ago. I bring D'Angelo up pretty often, actually, because of, How Does It Feel? How does it feel? Ugh. That song's never not good. That song's never not good. That song left left an imprint on me, on like my soul as a kid, for so many different reasons. The music video and the song are like two things that I think in my dying days, I'll think about at least a few times, thinking like, wow, that song, wow. If I ever get to meet D'Angelo one day, I gotta tell him, like, that song, like, changed what I thought a song was for a second. It changed what I thought a song could be. It changed what I thought a video could be. Oh my god. D'Angelo. I was listening to Division recently. Anybody that doesn't know Division, DBSN, it's like a duo out of Canada. A lot of their songs are very Jersey leaning. They like have a lot of Jersey Club influence. And I thought that was very interesting and strange for a Canadian duo. But I guess like Toronto's not that far from New Jersey. It was just really interesting hearing that. And in an R&B act, because I would consider Division to be like R&B. There's a lot of like Jersey energy in it. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, D'Angelo's great. You're absolutely right. Crow says like Sarah Bareilles. Oh, the freaking yeah. Nothing to write you, blah blah. Does she have any other songs? Probably. They're probably all really good though. I'm not a huge Sarah Bareilles fan. When I say I'm not a huge fan, I don't mean that I don't like her, but I mean I don't know her music. I feel like Sarah Bareilles was just a little too late for me. I got hit with Vanessa Carlton, and I latched onto her for dear life. And if I ever meet her too, god dang. But that's different. She's huge, or was. I don't know where she is now. But anywho, yeah, that's all very important. That's all very important. Like restraint and music, challenges, setting limitations for yourself can sometimes help you grow. Sometimes help you grow in your craft. And it's not as simple, guys, as becoming like when you first start, you're a beginner. You don't know how to do anything. It's not as simple as learning how to do things and then learning how to not do those things. As far as restraint goes, it's a constant battle because every day, if you're working in music, you're going to grow a little bit. Every couple of weeks, every couple of months, you're going to learn a new thing, and you're going to have to practice restraint so that you don't get stuck in that thing. It happens to me in playing piano. It happens to me in production. In a lot of ways, I've gotten stuck in piano playing, and I've just kind of gotten too comfortable in it, and I haven't pushed myself out of those limits. Same thing goes for production. And so, yeah, I think practicing restraint is always a very useful tool when trying to expand and evolve your sound or your approach to music. A lot of music today, huh? Says Cyber. Is there a lot of new music like coming out today, or what's up? We have reached just about the end. It's about 11 o'clock. I've been making music for more than 10 years now, says Max, and I learn something new maybe once a year at this point. Word. Not gonna write you a love song because you asked for it, because you need one. It is a very good song. That is a very good song, Sarah. Did you have $2.99? I didn't. Okay, so $2.98 is strings 1, right? I'm going to make a bet that $2.99 is strings 2. However, this keyboard's really weird, so I don't want to make any actual money bets, but my money's on strings 2 is going to be today's sound. Brian says only once a year, bro. Yeah, that's what was my internal reaction. I was like, dang, You're only hitting things once a year? Okay. It's not strings too. It is called stereo strings. I hear it. I hear the stereo separation. Yo, freaking, Just Believing is so much harder to play than Picture This. Picture This is a freaking cakewalk. It's harder. It's harder. Bum, 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 bum. Slippery fish swimming through the water. You ever put a harmonica in a track, Omni? I have no idea where this instrument is supposed to fit and harmoniously placed. There's a harmonica in. There's a harmonica somewhere on the Daydream album. It might be in the song Home. And it might be in the song That's Why I will help you find a home. That's where we find there's a harmonica possibly in the song Home. Hey, what's up, Jesse? But definitely somewhere on Daydream. I'm pretty sure there's a harmonica. There's also a harmonica somewhere in Tall Tales, because I did have a harmonica sound font back then. Yeah. I want to say there's a harmonica somewhere else. Maybe somewhere on Lush Dream. Lush Dream almost assuredly has a harmonica in it. But yes, I have used a harmonica. I use a harmonica, honestly, Umbe, whenever I want to use an accordion. I'll usually default to harmonica because harmonica is a little bit easier to mix than an accordion sound is. Accordion has this kind of like slight, and some people will understand what I'm saying, but it's like a very, very slight, coarse detune effect happening within like the bellows or whatever. So anytime somebody plays accordion, it kind of has this like, just a slight detune, almost like an organ, if you think of an organ. Accordions and organs are not unlike each other in that way. Hold on, I'm gonna try to like see if when I don't know how the sounds really work with. See, hear that? Okay. Hear how you're like it's kind of like this weird like coarse. Everything sounds just not completely out of tune, but just widened. Like if there's a little bit of like comfortable dissonance happening. It's like an accordion sound, right? But then when you get to a harmonica, it's like one sound. It's like a cleaner sound. And so anytime I want to use accordion on a track, I will usually just opt to using a harmonica sound because it's a little bit easier for me to mix with a lot of other instruments. Even a lot of times when you think about popular genres that use accordion, right? Like if you're thinking like folk Italian music, or you're thinking of like folk French music, or like a bandonion, so like sailor shanties or whatever. Usually, when the accordion is playing all the chords, the like there's not a lot of other instruments playing even harmonies around it, and I think that's because of the clash. Even if there's a mariachi band, a lot of time, whatever. I'm getting sidetracked. Point is, yes, Umbe, I have used the harmonica in a track. I just play, I'm still talking about it. Even when I just play a like really clean feel, it feels very clean and like it's not fighting with itself. Accordion just sounds too fat somehow, and it's beautiful. I love it. No shame here. It's just when I'm playing with an ensemble, I feel like accordion, it's too much for to fit in a hole, but harmonica is not. I still want to buy a real accordion. I must own all the instruments. I should have just sent you mine. I remember when I was getting rid of my accordion, a few people expressed interest in wanting it, but my accordion had this really weird like. I had to throw it away. I had to destroy it. I had to see it destroyed. As weird and as wasteful as that sounds, it had weirdness attached to it, and I needed to see it destroyed. There were demons in that accordion that I needed to exorcise, and the only way to exorcise them was to destroy the thing. And so I did that. But yeah, I recommend an accordion for anybody. It's a beautiful instrument. It's a lot of fun to play and learn to play. Just in an apartment in LA with thin walls, I didn't feel particularly considerate of my neighbors while I was playing because there's no volume knob on it. And if you're not amazing at accordion, and honestly, even if you are amazing at accordion, it can get kind of annoying after a while. So I wasn't really in the right space in a lot of ways to have an accordion right now. Quiet notes. There's a reason why. Every season, those one-man band street performers often use accordions. Heck yeah. Okay. It's very hard to listen to an accordion in the background. You're not wrong. Something you can wax your mustache to. I bought a trumpet completely unaware of how insanely loud it is. Honestly, I should play it whenever my neighbors use their drum set. Yeah, right? A lot of instruments are really loud. That's what I love about the keyboard, baby. Volume knobs. Volume knobs are really important. Or like just headphone jacks. Like that stuff works wonders for just some poor dude living in an apartment. Jesse knows that I burn things. So at the end of the year, I usually burn a lot of things. I usually burn, things that have to do with an ex. I'll usually burn something that I don't want to see anymore. Sometimes I burn things just to watch them burn. And this year I didn't get to do that. I'm itching to burn something. But there's a lot of forest fires, and I don't want to contribute to another fire in Arizona. California. Anywho, it's very hard to listen to an accordion in the background, says Rem. This is true. It was a pleasure to burn. Don't burn too much stuff. It's a lot of work. You might get burned out. I like this joke, Max. It's good. This explains your attraction to arsonists. Yeah. I like people that destroy things. Somebody says it's too late to form a band. They have woken me up from my sleep with their playing. They must taste death, says anybody. Talking about the drumming roommate. The drumming neighbor. I should not be able to make this many jokes about this very specific thing. Talking about me liking arsonists. That's fine. I like a lot of things. I like a lot of things. I think there's just a very short list of things that I actively don't like, and then I can kind of trick myself into liking anything else, and so it's really hard to say what I do and don't like. I actively dislike, for example, um, I actively I actively dislike ooh. Ah, I think I actively like, yeah, I mean, actively dislike, I guess, pineapple and pizza discourse. Oh, you're saying of course. Oh, no, that's different. But yeah, I actively dislike, not even saying like pineapple on pizza. I think what I actively dislike is fruit and cheese. Like people dipping like fruit in fondue, like I don't really like that. People having like berries and cheese for whatever reason, those two things they just don't. I don't really like them together. Sweet and cheese usually don't go together for me. Um, yeah, sweet and cheese I can't do, and so yeah, I actively don't like that. I can't trick myself into liking that. But most things that I don't actively dislike, I can kind of trick myself into liking. Like Dicks, I guess, or White Castle. eHarmony commercial. I like burning a lot of things. I don't like burning bridges. That's why I use eHarmony. I would love to be an eHarmony commercial. I've never like used a dating app to any success. I went on one date from a dating app, and it was so. I've talked about this in the stream. It was so bad. I like. It was one of those that well, earlier in the stream we were talking about how a lot of like memories, thinking back on them and just remembering the other person being really into whatever was happening, and you were just kind of like not into it, and you feel this guilt. That date was not that. That date was like, or neither one of us wanted to be there. It was beautiful. Something is kind of beautiful about mutual disinterest. The acid from pineapple does bad things to the cheese, says Jesse. I don't want to say it does bad things. It just does things that I don't like. It does things that I don't like, is what happens. So I feel bad because when people get on their like pineapple on pizza discourse, usually it's about whether or not it should exist. And I think that pineapple should be on pizza. I just personally, I cannot consume the pizza that happens with. How can a neck baby outgrow their parent? How can a neck baby come out bigger than their parent and then spread its own neck babies? I'm answering a little bit of my own questions here now. I'm learning a little bit. Booba's got a neck baby now coming out of a neck baby. So it's not one parent with several neck babies. It's a parent with a neck baby and now a neck baby coming out of that neck baby. Really interesting. Plant pregnancy. Neck baby surpassing neck mama. Indeed. Indeed, Liana. Tall Tales, House of Omni, and Signals. Nice Dream, Love Dream, Speed Dream, Daydream, Lust Dream, Ego Death, Quick Breath can all be found on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Groove, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. While you're on YouTube, make sure to check out some of my originals there under the Quarantunes playlist. Hmm. Hmm. What? My dad is 5'9". I'm 6'3". Some children just come out of the womb gunning for the throne. God, that's beautiful. Ugh, yeah. Absolutely, Brian. Absolutely. Absolutely. The buck stops here, though. No children from me. You'll see no small ones come from me. Nothing springing forth from my loin, but middling, middle. Oh, no, I'm not gonna be self-deprecating here. But great music, great successful, celebrated tunes. Are some of those babies. The smaller leaves, were they already there when you adopted? The smaller leaves were. Some of them were already there. Some of them are new. Some of them were there. Some are new. I don't get it. I just plumb do not understand. Because some of the small leaves have remained the same size. Some of the small leaves have grown in size. But most of the new leaves, sorry, like 99% of the new leaves have all been neck babies from the bigger offspring. And I don't want to talk about Booba anymore. Anyways, or are you stopping yourself from saying Omni? Says Dar. I don't remember. It happens so often now. Does Booba need a bigger pot yet? Yes, actually. Yes. Liana. I'm going to make a whole thing of it probably this weekend. I think this weekend I'm going to take their 12-week photo, because I take a photo of it every week and put it on my line timeline. Mostly so I can have it. There's a thing online called a keep, where basically I think it's like a gig's worth of whatever you want to put there. It's just like a Google Drive, but it happens in line. And I put photos in the line timeline and save them to the keep, just for me. It's like a photo album, I guess, for me. But I'm gonna take a photo and then I'm gonna move it to a bigger pot. Hopefully that goes well, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's something to do with changing environment, the neck babies being bigger than the parent, which stacks fast. Okay, that's a Booba talk I have. Thank you, Cyber, for posting the link. As far as news, guys, tomorrow's it. Tomorrow's the season finale. There's no special guest. There's no cool plot twist. It's just me. I'll probably be wearing a different shirt, and we'll be in production mode. There really is nothing more. There's nothing more. I've been genuinely looking forward to the end of season 2. I'll let people in the Discord vote on whether they want it to be an evening stream or not. If it isn't evening stream, I will have pizza. And if it is an evening stream, I will have pizza, because I'm going to eat pizza tomorrow. God dang, I want pizza today though. Oh man, I want pizza today. Maybe I won't have pizza tomorrow. Because I want pizza today now. You'll have had pizza 3 times this week. Yeah, it's too much pizza. Hey, I did have a salad though, Cyber. I did have a salad. Pizzanista has some Cab salad. Not Cobb, it's Cab. I made sure I read it right. It's something called Cab salad. So I had one of those. And I could probably eat. Oh wait, I think I'm not supposed to eat Booba. I think that I read somewhere that Booba was like toxic for cats or something like that, but I'm not a cat. I'm a grown man. It should be fine, but I wouldn't do that. But I have had a salad this week, and I had a fruit smoothie, and yesterday I had a donut, all through food groups. I'm probably going to have pizza today, though, if I'm being honest. I'm probably going to have pizza. But yeah, tomorrow, production stream. It's up to you guys. If you guys want to be an evening stream, I can do an evening stream. Currently, right now, I think I'm planning on it being a morning stream. But really, like, the day's so open that if you guys say evening stream, I'll just do my work in the morning and then stream in the evening. If I do a morning stream, I'll just do my work in the evening. Either way, I can go either way. Brian says season 2 finale. I hate That'd be a horrible way to end the season. Yeah, I don't know what I'll do. Booba needs a haircut. This is all I'm saying. Oh. One of the heads fell off. And I finally threw it away. I did, though, consider eating it. I got blood on Booba a few days ago. Oh no, this was like last week. I got blood on Booba. And I was trying to remember why that mattered. I was trying to remember why, I was trying to remember what, like, blood fell on Booba, and I thought, this is a movie, right? Doesn't this happen in a movie? And I can't remember why or what movie I was thinking of. Like blood getting on a flower or something, or blood getting on a vine. I can't think of what movie I was. It called to mind, but it felt it felt like it happened before. Now that has SEO. What has what? What has SEO? Sorry. Oh, Blood on Booba. Hmm. Have you guys heard the song "Blood on the Leaves" by Nina Simone? Amazing song. Incredible song. Of course you guys have. You guys all love Nina Simone because you guys are just like me. For what it's worth, I will be going live tonight around 8 p.m. Hopefully to maybe finish up Mother 3 if you're interested. Stream and Omni. Ooh, I'm very interested. Yesterday, the only reason I didn't come in is because I did that thing. You know that thing people do where they like leave their phone at home and then they go to the beach because they're like, I need to unplug. I pulled an unplug mode yesterday, but I left my phone. I left my phone in the car and just kind of was walking around the beach, and then I lost track of time and I had a weird crisis because the donut and stuff. I think ended up eating a lot of sand. I don't understand how sand gets through your shoe and your sock. I don't understand how the sand gets into my sock. But, you know, beaches, they suck. Anyways, yeah, I'll come into the stream for sure. You said 8 o'clock? Did you say 8 o'clock? I'm going to be live at 8 p.m. You're 3 hours ahead of me, so that's 5 p.m. for me. I guess I'll be done with my pizza, but I will be there. I will 1,000% be there. Yes, okay, alright. I think that's it, yeah. Season 2 ends tomorrow, guys. This song's called Hush Hour. Tomorrow will be the last time that I play it to close the stream. Where are you, Max? I'm sorry, Crow. You know something I constantly forget about? I love this song. I love the way it ends. But you know what? Something I constantly forget about it is that, wow, Berlin. Thank you so much, Max, for like coming into streams. Jesus, that's far. You know what I constantly forget about Hush Hour is that it's not technically released. It's like on YouTube. There's the version of it that I love that's on YouTube, but technically it's not like out, you know? I'm going to figure out a way to put it out. Yeah. Yeah. Season 3 is going to be cool, guys. I promise. Thank you guys always for being... Oh, why does my stomach hurt all the time? Anyways, thank you guys for being nice. Thank you guys for being respectful to me and polite to each other. I do appreciate it. Doesn't go without saying, because I try to say it every stream. I don't know that I've streamed and not said it. If I have, I apologize. But thank you guys for being respectful to me and polite to each other. Also, thank you for being a little bit patient. I know I started the stream a little bit late today. I had to get this movie in order. But will see you here tomorrow morning. I'm thinking. For morning medley number 300. Wow. Until then, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Go do something cool, fun, and safe. I have a lot of work to do.